The AI gold rush is hitting a reality check, folks. After a long time in the software development trenches, I'm seeing the same pattern we saw with crypto, NFT, and dot-com boom. Companies slapping AI on everything without actually delivering real value. According to Apple's former Siri engineer, John Fitzpatrick, AI mentioned in corporate earnings calls shot up 779% in the past year. So big promises, fancy demos, but when you look under the hood, what do you see? Often it's just ChatGPT with a fancy wrapper. Now today I'm going to break down for some of the key signs that the AI bubble is starting to deflate and what that's going to mean for your business and for software developers. Welcome to Startup Hack. I'm Spencer, and here at Startup Hack, we train software developers in our licensed coding boot camps and build custom software solutions for companies. With a decade of executive leadership as a fractional CTO and 25 years in software development, I've mastered transforming tech teams and products. So the AI hype machine has been running on overdrive, but reality is starting to set in. Remember when I called out the Web3 bubble before it crashed? Well, the same warning signs here are flashing on AI. Let's dive into the telltale signs that AI bubble has started to burst. So remember when everyone was slapping .com on their businesses in 1999 and what happened there? Those who don't remember, go read your history books. But that's what's happening today with the AI companies, right? Companies are taking existing products, connecting them to ChatGPT and calling it revolutionary AI invention, right? So in my 25 years of software development, I've seen this cycle repeated with a lot of hot technologies, big promises followed by painful realities. Now, John Fitzpatrick, who helped build Apple Siri, calls this thin user interface layers on top of ChatGPT that often don't add any particular value. So when you peel back the curtain, you find that many AI startups are just prompt engineering with minimal proprietary technology. Now, the real value comes from deeply integrating AI into workflows, not just slapping a conversational interface on existing tools, especially as people are finding out that a lot of those chat interfaces are actually really inaccurate, right? So suddenly companies that were cloud first or blockchain powered yesterday have magically become AI driven. And I've sat in boardrooms where executives demanded AI features without understanding what problems they're actually solving, i.e. they take a technology and they try to find a problem to solve it with, instead of finding a business problem and actually using technology smartly to solve the problem. So these overnight transformations often involve simply rebranding existing automation features as AI without changing any functionality. Now, when a company suddenly pivots to AI without fundamental changes to their product architecture, that's a massive red flag. Historical data analysis and basic rule following aren't AI. They're just good software that's been around for decades. So in my 25 years of software development, it's taught me that real technology transformations require rebuilding from the ground up, not just slapping a new domain name on it, right? Now, VCs have poured billions of dollars into AI startups, and this is really why everybody cares, right? Over the last 2 years, it's been a fire hose of money that is starting to tighten, right? Investors are now asking one big question they should have asked it from the start. Where's the sustainable business model? Now, there's been so much FOMO around not wanting to miss out on Gen AI that this has really been the basic cause of it. So almost every startup now has to have an AI angle to be able to secure funding. So I've advised a lot of startups who have been built around real problems rather than technology hype. The bar for AI funding is rising. Simply connecting to ChatGPT's API is no longer impress sophisticated investors. So we're entering the show me the money phase where AI companies need to show real revenue, not just flashy demos. Now, companies are rushing AI features to market without considering critical privacy implications or a lot of other problems. We've just recently seen OpenAI have to roll back some of their own models, right? There's this rush to try to beat the next guy out. And this is causing some bad software development practices to really crop up. Major players are launching assistant features and updating terms to allow them to use your data for training their models. This cavalier approach to data privacy is creating serious blowback from regulators and privacy-conscious consumers out there. So I've learned that the shortcuts on privacy and security always come back to haunt, and so trust in the foundation of long-term customer relationships. Now, AI hallucinations, where models confidently generate false information, also requires a massive problem here. We were recently testing some legal AI, and it invented fictitious court cases and cited them as precedent. Now, this is absolutely terrifying. If you try to do this in court and you get caught, you can actually get disbarred. So for critical business documents like invoices or contracts, these hallucinations can cause really bad problems. So what I've taught over and over again is true with software development, it's true with business, it's true with legal, like whatever you're doing. When the bubble bursts, business leaders realize that their expensive AI solutions are sometimes just making things up. So it's great to help you become more productive, but it still does not replace humans, and you've got to make sure that you're checking it. There's a growing chasm between AI demos and actual production implementations to deliver value. I've consulted with companies that spent a lot of money on AI initiatives that never made it past their pilot phase because they just weren't reliable, consistent, and true enough, right? It just made stuff up too much. The hallucination rates on OpenAI's latest models were as high as 40%. This is where we're hitting this point of diminishing return. And I get blasted in the comments all the time, but people are like, you just don't understand AI. It's going to take over the world. It's become a sentient being. And I hear all this kind of stuff. As long as we're having hallucination rates in the 20 to 40%, there's no way it's going to take over for humans. Engineering has always been built on principles of 5 nines, right? Which means that you've got to be right over 99% of the time. These hallucination rates of 20 to 40% are not going to be good enough. So engineering challenges of deploying AI at scale are being dramatically underestimated by executives and by investors. Most companies that understand are still investing in data infrastructure, in talent, and in organizational processes to be able to use this powerful new tool that we have of LLMs to be able to use them. We here at Startup Hack are starting to really use them into our agents that we're building out for clients. But every single one of these are going through rigorous testing processes and going through a rigorous part of checks, even inside the AI itself. We actually are having, in one of the agents we recently built, we have one AI agent checking another AI agent to make sure that the work's being done. Now, even then, it still is productive, but you've got to make sure you're putting these kind of checks into place. So when OpenAI went down last month, thousands of businesses were suddenly without core functionality, and that's not sustainable. You can't rely on third-party APIs, and pumping sensitive data into these third-party APIs has serious legal ramifications. Companies that are building critical functions on AI APIs don't understand the recipe for disaster that they're building here. Building sustainable businesses require that you control your core technology stack and that it has a robust fallback plan. So remember how AI was supposed to fully automate absolutely everything? Well, the human in the loop is making a massive comeback. Companies are quietly introducing human verification steps after discovering the cost of AI mistakes that far exceed the cost of human review. So a lot of the industry experts are warning that trying to do a full autonomous flow without having humans to check it is where costly mistakes are going to happen. So I'm kind of laughing at this too, where I hear about people telling me all the time, well, AI is going to take over for software development. It's a terrible career to go into because it's down, 10% on hiring year over year. Well, guess what? It's down because we overhired so much in 2020, 2021, 2022, and in some companies into 2023, that then the pain of 2023 and 2024 and parts of 2025 and some layoffs because we so overstaffed because government had pumped so much free money into the economy that, yeah, we're going to feel some impacts over these years. But what's going to happen is all these people who are then generating AI related products or thinking they can reduce software development headcount because AI is going to take over for them is going to be vastly mistaken. And in 2025 and in 2026 and 27, you're going to see a ramp up of software developers who know how to use and implement AI tools. And this is where I feel that jobs are going to continue to grow, not shrink. So the generative AI bubble is deflating as companies discover that specialized domain-specific AI delivers better ROI. So again, this is where we're seeing the rise of the AI agent, where you take one specific niche and have AI solve that. It's really good at pattern matching. It's really good at data generation. It's really good at being able to do matching in a human-like way, but it still needs to be checked. So one of the things I also laugh is when I see people talking about, this talent shortage, right? If AI was going to replace software development, and we see, and a lot of times I see people say, "Oh, look at Google. They just announced in their earnings calls that 30% of their code was generated from Google or from AI." Well, then why are they demanding that developers work 60 hours a week? Right? If that were true, developer hours would be going down. Why is it that Meta is pushing for productivity, whereas for years it was move fast and break things, and now it's produce more, if AI was actually helping engineering? So I've watched companies promote regular developers to AI engineers, and so what I'm seeing here is a shift and an evolution in software development. So are software development jobs down? Yeah, probably. But there's a whole new category of AI engineers that didn't even exist 3 years ago. So as you actually take these and put them together, you see that the industry as a whole is actually growing. So my decades of building tech teams taught me that talent shortages don't resolve quickly, and it can take a little bit of time for a market to regulate out. And the last 5 years have definitely been bumpy. So we're going to see some interesting changes. But overall, what we're seeing investors start to push for ROI, companies starting to demand that AI actually work, and starting to see that people are really waking up to realize and to start to understand that there's superficial AI that's just being slapped on top of things, and that companies need real products with real technology solutions to be able to help their customers. Now, if your company has systems that aren't connected, reach out to us, because here at Startup Pack, our specialty is connecting systems to help your company work like a well-oiled machine. And if you want to integrate some AI agents into some of your workflows in a careful and well-implemented software development practice way, reach out to us at startuppack.com/Spencer. We can help you out. Now, best compliment you can give me is to leave a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. Do you think I'm wrong? I love to have a great discussion. I answer all the comments personally. Here at Startup Pack, we love to train software developers, and we also love to build custom software solutions. So reach out, because we'd love to help. Check out startuppack.com/Spencer, and here's some great information for you.
Hi, my name is Spencer Thomason, and I'm a fractional CTO. With over a decade of executive leadership and a solid 25 years in software development, I've mastered the art of transforming technology teams and products. So what is a fractional CTO? This is where you can contract someone like myself to come into your organization and get the benefits of a seasoned CTO without having to employ me full time. In today's fast-paced world, efficiency, security, and product scaling aren't just goals, they're necessities. My passion is building impactful products and enhancing organizational efficiencies through technology. From startups to small businesses, my approach leverages lean methodologies to not just meet but exceed your strategic goals. Whether it's through executive mentoring, cloud system architecture, or launching a minimum viable product swiftly, my aim is to make a significant impact right from the start. Recognized in the Arizona startup ecosystem, my journey has been about creating value and fostering innovation. I have led technology for companies like GoDaddy, SRP, and Wells Fargo, and turned challenges into milestones. I've taken this learning and launched 7 of my own brands, and now I want to help you. So if you're looking for a fractional CTO who brings a wealth of experience, strategic vision, and a proven track record, let's connect. Together we can build technology that not only drives your business forward, but also makes a difference. Technology leadership redefined to fit your needs. So reach out today.